Come on in, let's get started. This is a cluster design, and they are the simplest, easiest ones to make. And these type of things rock for craft shows, and they give you some other pieces that will totally coordinate with the beautiful wreaths you already make. And they're nice beginner pieces if you just have kind of gotten into wreathing and crafting. The nice thing is you don't have anything extra here. You're going to use almost everything for the project. You will just have some extra ribbon, but because it's a nice neutral color, no worries. We'll be showing you how to use this up in a heartbeat. So it's not like you got to go get a bunch of supplies. You are going to need some scissors to cut the ribbon, of course. And then you're going to need some pipe cleaners or wire or cable ties is what we're going to use to make our cluster. Okay, so let's get started on this one. The kit includes the base. And whenever you're getting a kit or something like this, you need a place on a base to attach things. And this has like a mesh covering, but it has these great wires in here. So those allow us the stability to attach things. And we want our design to kind of flow and go over the center of it. So the first thing you're going to do is take your greenery pick here. It's actually a spray. So I'm going to take the spray and just pull these pieces off. We don't want to cut them. We want to pull them so it gives us this longer little cluster. 1, 2, and 3. So I have 3 clusters here when I break that one down. Now, if you want, save this wire. It's a good wire. It can work as a longer hanger on something. There's all kind of good uses for this good wire in here. So hold on to that. There may be another project you can use it for. Now, I'm going to create my cluster kind of off to the side, but I do want to kind of get an idea of how long I want it to be. The cool thing is you can design where you want your cluster when you put it on here. Now, you could go right up the center, very traditionally. You could kind of come down lower. There's a wire here. We could attach it. You could even let the cross just be beautiful and bold at the top and the design come down lower. All of that is up to you. And maybe when we make our cluster, we can play around with it and decide. You could let me know in the comments where you like the location the best. So once all these clusters are good, you are going to have to grab some wire cutters and just trim off the little, kind of the stems get a little rugged at the bottom, and I just trim those off so we have a nice, clean cut, because that's the area we're going to use to make our cluster. You do need to shake hands with each piece, and this, even though this is mundane, it's a very important part of silk floral design, that you take your time, and you see how I gave that motion up? Like, all of this stuff is wired when you're buying it from Keleas.com. You're getting a kit from us. There's no janky plastic that's not coming forward and have a wire in it. I'm really particular. So these cost more because of that, and we want to utilize that. And not, you see the difference? That is much more appealing than this one just all, cluttered up. So take and separate it out. And we really want to make sure these berries are prominent, because that's going to pick up the white that we have in our magnolias we're using too. So like that whole combination is important. So we're going to give everybody their little space, shake hands, nice to meet you. You guys, if you're wanting to get in our design school, just text us to 832-734-5201 or go over to wreathsteacher.com. Wreathsteacher.com, and you can grab a spot in our design school the next time it opens. I'm going to pull these up and keep spreading it out. And I think it'd be kind of fun to do our idea of the low or middle. That would be just a little bit different. And if we did that, let's bring it up here and take a look at it. This is how it would look there. I think that'd be pretty cool. And what if we had this a little fuller at the top and a little smaller? Oh, I like that. So I'm going to kind of double up my clusters at the top here and then one at the bottom. Now I want to kind of separate this piece off. It's a little bit of a secondary piece, so separate it. And you'll be amazed how you can really extend. So I'm going to put that at the top there. So we've got that. And then I'm going to take this one and shift it just slightly. Now these are 3 little separate independent pieces now, but easily just twist around and you can go back and make that one. Okay, no worries. And I'm going to kind of add this a little bit shorter here at the middle. So it's kind of going to be behind the bow. Isn't that great? So we kind of started laying out our cluster. We're just developing it right here. And we haven't tied it together, but we're going to in a second. Now these gorgeous magnolias are super easy to work with. I want you to rotate the leaves forward. That's a big pet peeve of mine. I'm sorry if it doesn't bother you, but please get the leaves going forward or Keleas loses her mind. Please, please get the leaves moving forward. Please, I beg of you. So try to rotate them forward. You may not be able to on every piece, but try. Now you can see I'm going to just layer this right in. I need it to go right here in the center because that's where I'm going to grab everything with my cable tie or wire. Oh my gosh, that mixes in so pretty. It's kind of facing me, but look, so gorgeous. These are the cutest petite magnolias. They're just beautiful. Now my second one is going to come across right here. We're going to overlap it. I'm going to have it kind of work its way down. So I want to kind of crisscross these. And I've got everything in a little cluster between my fingers. All right. Once I'm happy with this, before I even tie it, I can bring it over. I can start playing with the locations. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It just depends how much of the cross form you want to show. Yeah, there's going to be so many options. So now it's time to grab your first cable tie and put it right here in the center. All right, and we want to grab everything. Get it really nice and tight. Now, this is why I prefer these, because they can get so tight. They really hold everything. Now, the pressure's in the middle. We got this great cluster working. I hope this is getting you excited to try cluster designs because there's so many different options for them. Literally, guys. The next time you go to Keleas.com to shop, you're going to be looking at everything differently. So we use 1 greenery spray and 2 magnolia heads. The kit is available. Just drop his kit in the comments where you're watching. If you want immediate assistance, like you're watching this in the middle of the night, and we're not going to be up in the middle of the night doing comments, you can text us KIT, K-I-T, and we'll send you the latest kit. 832-734-5201. All right, let's see what we like. Bring that cross back over. And I'm going to see. I think this is the way I want. Oh my gosh. What if we put it right there? Ooh, mamacita. Oh, mamacita. I kind of like it here. Off to the side a little. Isn't that gorgeous? That looks so pretty. Oh, y'all. Check it out. Okay. Once you know where you want it, you're good to go. And we're going to tie the bow. The first thing you want to do is decide how long you want the tail to be on your bow. And it just kind of depends what you're going to use it on. This one I'm going to be using on a door hanger where I want the tail to be long. So once you decide that, we're going to work on the right side of the bow first. So we'll cut it at an angle to where the longest side runs on the outside of the bow. Okay, so that's nothing too complicated, all right? I am going to take my ribbon here, and once I decided kind of on that length, then I'm going to take and just twist it in my hand, okay? And we're always twisting it to bring the front of the ribbon back forward. Now I'll bring it back around and I'm going to decide how big I want these loops. And I don't need them too big. Just about, I think about 4.5 inches. It's up to you how large you want to make them, but it doesn't need to be too big. So you come back to the middle and you scrunch and you twist. As long as you're making another loop, you scrunch. Okay, now I'm back to the center and I scrunch it again. And you can see already, I've started a really pretty simple bow. So if you just wanted a basic bow, you could stop here. We're going to layer up a couple more layers on top of this. So I'm going to keep my ribbon rolling out. And you can always throw the ribbon on the floor when you're making a bunch of bows and you don't want to fight that roll. Just throw it on the floor, because otherwise it starts to roll away from you. But that's okay. We're going to keep it in control. So I made another twist and another loop, and we're making them each the same size on each side here. Okay, just kind of stack that up in your hands and let the tails, you've got one tail in the back that you started with, and we've got one in the front. Okay, now we got a tail loop bow. Boom! We're not done yet. I'm going to go ahead and make a cut because I want 2 long tails in the back. So we're going to do that easily here. You got to hold onto it while you're doing all this. But you got it, guys, and cut that also. Oh, I cut that one the wrong way. We want it to be this way. Boom. So it's longer on the one side. All right, so we got the back of our bow started. Now, I just want to have another little layer in the front of a smaller loop that can go with shorter tails to kind of complement these. So what you're going to do is bring it in and decide how long you want that tail to be. And we can come back and cut that tail after we get it all put together. So I want it to be about halfway down. So I'm going to scrunch that up, and then I'm going to twist it because I want to have a little smaller loop here. About 1 inch shorter, just a little bit shorter. Scrunch that up, twist that one more time, and bring that in. And I've got these smaller loops in the center. They're a little bit short. Isn't that precious? So super cute. Okay, don't worry about cutting this yet. We'll cut it in just a second. I'm going to come back in with my cable tie. And we are going to go right through the center and get some tension on there, okay? So it's going to hold it. All right, not super tight, but enough to hold those loops in place. Now let me go ahead and cut this tail. All right, now the magic has to happen now before you go ahead and tighten it all the way. You see I have to straighten it up? And we just call this fluffing. We're fluffing it up, getting everything in its own spot. And basically I want the two longer tails to get divided by the shorter tail. If you wanted this a little more stacked, just tuck them under, okay? If you don't want them quite so spread out, tuck them under. You see how quickly you can go wide or more narrow? You are in control of how your finished bow will look. All right, that easy part's done. Now flip this over and we're gonna add a cable tie in the back here because I'm adding this to a door hanger. So I wanna be able to just tie this right onto it. Okay, right there between my fingers, it's in. Now get that nice and tight. I'm going to use some wire cutters just because I don't want to use my good scissors to cut the cable ties. Now you can use, guys, pipe cleaners. You can use a wire in there. The reason I switched to cable ties a long time ago is because they can hold that bow super tight and they can handle a lot more layers if necessary. Hopefully that makes sense. Now we've got to cover up the little cable tie in the middle. So I'm going to cut about a 6 to 8 inch strip. It doesn't need to be too long here because we're going through just a small little bow here. I just fold it on itself to get a tight little strip. You can even cut that into multiple pieces, but this way you get a nice polished finished center. Come on in, put that little knot in, and then boom, shakalaka, trim these little tails off. And let me show you how cute this simple bow came out with the long tails. You guys, and you can even dovetail the tails and cut them at little chevrons if you want to do that. You just take and fold them, and then you cut down at an angle, and you can do that to every tip of the tails. Whatever you want to do. Either way is gorgeous. Or sometimes I just leave them angled, and then I roll them up and curl them like this, and let that curl just fall out like a pretty little ringlet. Ah, super cute. So you're in control. We're going to bring in the bow and attach it right to our base. The cool thing is the cable tie is attached. So we'll use that to put it on to the base. Okay? So the cable tie is coming in the center, and I'm going to go around the wire and the little edge of the frame. So I'm going around both. You guys, we have started putting QR codes in our kits to help you find the videos. So we're getting so many videos now. It's been hard for some people to locate the video of the kit they purchased. So we are just putting that right in the box to help you have more success to complete your project. All right, we're popping in our bow. Now it looks like a hot mess right now. Don't worry. Rotate that bow over, and we're going to tuck it right under this magnolia. And now you're going to start to work those tails in. So this is the longer tails that we left long. I'm going to bring those behind. And I like those to be in the background. You can see how I layer up my designs. That's what I'm going to teach you in design school, that you layer up your designs. It's really important to have this fluidity from what's in the background comes into the foreground. So you get this beautiful piece like this. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to rotate those leaves around. I had a whole rant about those. I got to stick true to myself. Now, take the foreground tails that we have in the front, and we're going to curl those. That's kind of why we made the bow that way, so we could do that. Now the background tails are coming down, and I'm going to curl those also. But you can leave them straight as well. That's the last couple of steps here. And putting these in, just curl that right up. And look at that. Isn't she beautiful? She turned out stunning, y'all. Stunning. If you've been stalking our page and be like, I want to get started with this, but I'm a little intimidated. It seems like I need a lot. Well, I'm here to tell you you don't. I've got the greatest introductory kit for you to try out for a basic swag that you can make for your own door. It's going to be a lot easier than you think. And it's a kit you can order, so it's one click and buy, and you're not running around to 10 stores to get what you need. If you saw this magnolia and it intrigued you, you might be from the South, or you just might love magnolias like we do. Look how gorgeous. Isn't it beautiful? When I saw these very real looking magnolias, had to have them. And I thought, let's design an easy kit for beginners. So it's just a little bit simple to get a finished look, and then you can kind of dabble in more if you want to. So this is our swag kit, and it is going to make a door swag, and I'm also going to teach you how to make the bow that goes on it and take you step by step through the project. So you're going to get one of these big magnolias, and then the nice thing with this is the swag comes pre-made. So you don't have to learn how to build this right now. It's going to come this way. So that saves you time if you're a busy mama or you've got a lot going on and you just want to create something but keep it simple. So this is the base that it comes with. And then you have the individual stem. And then here is our 4-inch ribbon. You're going to get the whole row. You don't need the whole roll, but you're going to have extra to do other things with and create stuff in your home, because I know you're going to be hooked after you try this. All right, so once you've gotten the kit, you'll get the roll of ribbon, you'll get the magnolia stem and the magnolia base here. The first thing you're going to have to do is take a little time on the magnolia base. It's beautifully constructed. You're just going to take and spread it out a little, and that just takes a few seconds, and not even a minute, but you're going to pull these blooms up just a little bit and have them poke up. In design school, we always have to do what we call shaking hands of our pieces. So I try to carry pieces that have nice wires. They're basically made to be manipulated, right? So they're strong and they have a nice strong wire, and that does cost a little more. So that's why I like to find you pieces that are cost effective but are also, you know, they've got all the motion and movement in there. So you see, once I've taken that swag and really worked with it, how beautiful it is. Now it's pretty like this. We're going to be using them hanging in this direction. So we want to make sure that bloom's sitting up pretty, and we've got a little space here for our bow. And I'm going to use this bloom up above where the bow is going to be. So lay it on your table, and let me make sure you guys can see everything we're doing here. So I've got it on my table right here, and then I'm going to decide how much space I want to have between the bloom at the top and the bow, okay? And that just kind of depends. I'm leaving about 4 fingers right in there because I just want to be able to put the bow in there. Now, we made the bow on a different video, but don't worry, we'll link that here so you can see how to make the bow. And by the magic of, there's the bow. So we'll be putting the bow right in the center. Now, we constructed this in such a classic way. It works for every season. So this is kind of a non-seasonal piece, and it works great in between the holidays. So it's going to go right in here too, and I'm going to lay it right in that open zone. Oh my gosh, you see how pretty it is already? We haven't even done anything but laid up a few flowers and put the bow in the middle. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to show you the construction methods on the next part in just a second so you can see how we're going to tie it together. But that's the gist of how we're laying it out. So we'll zoom in and I'll show you how to tie it together. So here's my swag, kind of how we've laid it out, but we actually have to construct it and put it together now. So pull the bow off for just a second. And what we're going to do is I'm going to just gently flip it over because we already know the space we've allotted in there. And you will see that this is going to already have a hanger on it, which works perfectly. And this stem can just run along the back. Now, you can put it on the right or the left or however you want. We're going to leave this as our hanger and start to kind of tie that on there. Now, the only thing that doesn't come in the kit is like cable ties to make your bow, or the cable ties to attach it here. So you'll need some wires, whatever you need. You can use like small wires. I like to use cable ties because they can get so tight. Now, I'm not even going to need a cutter on this. We're going to keep it super easy. I'm not even going to trim that stem. I'm literally just going to come in and we're going to tie it on with the cable tie here. So I've left the tails long right now so you can kind of see what we're doing. But then we will take and we will cut those off. So I'm thinking about 3 ties along the back is plenty. Trim these off. That's 2. And this leaf, we want to turn it around if we can because we want it facing the front. We don't want to have it backwards. And then number 3 can run right here in the middle. And you can get clear cable ties. If your store doesn't have brown ones, that's fine. These are just usually found in the electrical department. And just slide that little nub to the side. We don't want to scratch anything. So once we do that, it's all secured and our florals are where we want them, and we can manipulate it more. We've got that basic structure. We left room, what we call our bow zone. So what I want you to do now is kind of turn that, and we're going to go ahead and add in the bow. So if you need that link to the bow, just ask in the comments. It's also always going to be linked in the supply list, guys, on every project we do. Now I want to bring the bow right in here to that zone we left open. And I'm going to tie that with the cable tie on just kind of right at the bottom of the hanger. Isn't that pretty? And what I want you to do is manipulate the tails and bring them down and around. I like the long tail in the back because I think that is beautiful. Let me show you a little bit more. There you go. You see it? So pretty. Long tail in the back, the short tail kind of in the front here. And you'll see the finished pictures when we hang it up, but this is easy peasy and beautiful, and I know you can make it too. We are gonna make the cutest sled today. This is our base we're gonna start with, and I'm excited to let you know this is a kit. You're gonna get this Magnolia sled, 2 of these adorable cardinal picks, and the perfect berry ribbon to mix all together. And yes, you're getting all 10 yards in the kit. And on this one, you're going to make your own sled door hanger. Of course, this is cute how it is, but we're going to take it to the next level. So I'm Keleas, and welcome. We're going to have some fun. If you don't already like, subscribe, and follow us wherever you're watching, you're going to want to do that, of course. And if you've never gotten one of our kits before, you can grab one at Keleas.com. If you need the direct link to get one, just text us the word KIT. Text us KIT to 832-734-5201, and you can get your own kit to make this exact project. Okay, so the only thing that doesn't come in the kit would be like wire or cable ties, scissors, and hot glue. That's all going to be up to you to provide. Now this comes with a cute little jute hanger, but it's going to be so much cuter with the ribbon. So we're going to switch out the hanger first. That's an easy thing you guys can do. Whether you get this kit from us or you do other projects at home, take and just upgrade the hanger, you know, make it a little bit cuter. So we're going to do that with our adorable ribbon. So let's just start by putting a little knot on this side. And I want to make sure the ribbon looks pretty hanging over the edge here. I want to see that pretty ribbon overlapping. So when I do my knot, I'm just going to keep it really cute. I'm going to tie it kind of like a tie, bring it under, and then we are going to pull it a little bit around and up. So I get a cute little knot, or I can see my cute little ribbon. One more up here. And I like that little stitching showing. Let's bring it under. 2 of those is enough. This doesn't weigh a whole bunch, guys. It's light. Okay, and then I'm going to trim that off, and we can rotate this a little bit around the back. So you have it at the top, and then you got your cute little ribbon showing right there. Cut that little piece off, and knot 1 is good to go. All right, now, I don't think we need a big, long hanger on this one. I just want to keep it pretty simple. Bring it around. If you have a wreath hanger that you hang your stuff on, you don't want this super long, otherwise it's going to bang against your door. So keep it pretty simple. So I'm going to cut it about 6 inches beyond there, so I have enough to make my knot. And we'll just pull this off to the side, because I think we're going to want a bow on this too. Hey, the bow could be optional. You could do what you want on your design. But I know we're changing out this hanger because we're going to take it to the next level, of course. Now, when I want this to come around, I don't want to see the back of the ribbon, so make sure you're flipping that around. And then we're going to come from the front to the back. So I've got the pretty side showing. And it doesn't need to be too long. Something like this I think is just fine. That's probably about 8 inches. Okay? And a couple of knots here. Going around. Bringing it under. There's knot number 1. And we'll pull that to the top up here. And then we're going to do 1 more. Just so it looks nice and neat and clean. And I've just brought that over and around on itself. You don't have to overthink this too much. Just cute little knots that are kind of tucked to the top edge. And then this is wired ribbon, so we can fluff that all around. So we did a switcheroo on the hanger, and we put our own little cute hanger on because we're fancy like that. That's done. I threw that little nub in the trash. Okay, Now, this is super cute how it is, but we're going to put our cardinal picks in, and these have the cutest little cardinals and all this fun berry, and that's what's going to make this a little bit more dimensional, a little bit more sparkly before we put our bow in, okay? So take on these picks, and if you look at them, I'm the queen of breaking down picks. If you're in design school and this is a beginner project, but in design school we do more advanced projects that are just multi-steps, so we have to learn how to break down picks to make it quick and easy to create the process that we're doing. So I'm going to cut these with just about 2 inches. They don't need a lot. We're just tucking them into the base here with glue. And if you want to be in our design school class, we open up a couple times a year for new students. So get on our wait list. Just text us the word LINK, L-I-N-K, and text it to 832-734-5201. And you can replay this to get it again, or 832-734-5201. And just text us the word LINK, and we will send you the link for our class where you can learn to do higher end design projects. And not just the recipe how to do one, but the principles behind what we're doing, so you can repeat the process over and over and learn exactly how to do beautiful floral designs with silk flowers. Okay, I've broken it up into sections again, and I'm breaking this one down too. I don't want these stems really long. I'm just cutting them to about 1 to 2 inches here. And we're going to tuck it in behind that magnolia. Okay? Now, I've got my 2 cardinals, and they come with a little chunky piece of greenery. And one of the principles of design is kind of to work opposites. This looks like a swag, if you've ever designed a swag. So our transition point is right here at the magnolia. So put a little glue on here, and the neat thing is this has got a bunch of Christmas pine you can just tuck it into. Just tuck this right into here, and we're going to use her. This sweet little cardinal, she's going to look up and off to that side. So that means I need another one opposite. And this one we'll put in down here. Now, this is a little bit below the transition point, but we're going to still let her stick up slightly. We're just going to tuck her in right here. You see how they're opposite? And that kind of evens out the eye with that hanger we made, and we're going to really balance it when we put a bow at the bottom. So glue this in. We're going to tuck it right underneath the sweet little magnolia. And, oh, magnolias are so popular here for every season. So give them a try, y'all, if you haven't created with them. They are beautiful flowers. Okay, a little bit of snowy goodness. All right, now we've got all our berry pieces. These 2 are the matching ones that have a little bit of pine. So and they've got that little sparkle. So let's take one of these and like have it come down from these 2. And we're going to shift direction on it because it's at what we call a transition, at the transition point of this design, so it needs to go the opposite direction. So I'm going to tuck that right under here, trying to cover up all my glue. Just push that petals down to hide it. Perfect. And that works between. Now let's put the other thicker piece in between the 2 cardinals. And I'm going to definitely shake hands with it. That's another design school term, guys. Shake hands means spread it out, fill it out, make it look beautiful. Utilize that pick that you've spent good money for. We're going to utilize that and spread it out. And get, oh, yes, I see the berries flowing. Now, hold these off. We're going to use these in a minute. We're going to tie us a sweet little bow to go on this side. Okay? Now, grab a cable tie. I didn't grab me one before, so give me a second. I'm going to grab it. But I'm going to use a little cable tie to hold this bow together. You could use a little piece of wire too. And I want the little bow to tuck in here. Doesn't have to do a whole lot as far as be very many layers, but we're going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to cut that at an angle. This will be my first tail. Depending how long you want it, I want it to kind of come down off the base. So I'll scrunch that up and twist it in my hand. And I made a loop, and it's probably about 4 inches, and I want to just make sure I like that. I like it. Scrunch it and twist it. So this is just like, you could do this in your bow maker if you want to use your bow maker. Here's one layer. Scrunch and twist. And I'm going to make this one a little shorter. So probably about 1/2 inch shorter than my last loop. Scrunch and twist. And we're going to do this on this. Oh my gosh. Look how cute. So I just made a sweet little bow with a long tail or short tail, okay? And you can stack them up like this, that's fine too, and have both tails come down however you want. So I'm going to take my cable tie to the middle, and we're going to go ahead and get this nice and tight in the center. You can use wire too, guys. Fluff out that middle. I'm going to layer my loops just up, like a big one, a little one. Get it nice and tight. We're not going to put a wire through the back this time because we're just going to glue this puppy in today. It's a sweet little bow. Yo, the birds are going crazy out here. All right, let's cut this tail a little bit longer. Okay, a little bit longer because we're sassy like that. Now, I want to tuck this bow in right next to my magnolia. Let's just put it in right here. And then I'm going to glue that down. But because I can see the center of the bow, I want to be careful that I cover that with a little bit of ribbon. I was trying to decide if we'd be able to see it, but we are going to be. So cut a little piece of ribbon and we'll fill in that area. I just fold this on itself. If you guys ever see me make bows, we're going to use that same technique where we cover the center. That just is where that cable tie is. And put a little bitty knot in here. And we'll tuck that to the back. Okay, fluff this dude out. Those tails need to come down. She's looking cute. All right, you can leave this little tail that's on the knot, or you can trim that off. I'm just gonna leave it right now. I might trim it when we all get to it. But I'm gonna leave that little piece. Okay, let's glue her in. I'm gonna put her right in here. So let me bring this little piece. That's a little piece of what do you call that? The one you kiss under. You guys know. Tell me in the comments. Shoot. Why can't I think of it? The one you give sweet little kisses under. Okay, let's get some glue on there. Kiss me and mistletoe. Jeez. Thank you for helping me in the comments. Okay, I'm going right in here. We're just going to glue that to that pine and just hold it for a second. Let my little ribbon tails pop up. And hold that while you manipulate these longer tails. Isn't this just so sweet and simple? I love these little projects, guys, to get you excited about creating. This is a perfect little project for a smaller door classroom, maybe a nursing home, or if you've got a little spot in your home you can pop this in. Is just a perfect little touch. Okay, I'm going to cut these at a bigger angle, those two little ribbons. Oh, that one's okay. And let's curl these up. Alrighty, and we're not finished yet because it's twig time. Just like you were in design school, we would use twigs to accent our piece, especially at the end of our design. Let's tuck this in there. And that's how we're going to use these cute little berries. I'm going to use them just like twigs. You see we put the bow kind of opposite the cardinals, so she's balancing it out. Now let's pop in our cute little baby twigs. Y'all, I hope you're enjoying making this kit with us. And don't be a stranger, come back and watch us make more projects together, of course. See how fun these are to tuck in? Isn't that great? And don't forget, you can text us the word KIT, K-I-T, to 832-734-5201, and we'll send you just automatically, instantly, the link to this kit. And if you are watching later, you'll get the link to all our latest kits. So even if this one's sold out, you can find out and be in the know about what our latest kit is. We can always send you the video too. Oh my gosh, it's so cute with these in here. I got one more little piece. Let's put this on the end. So don't be afraid to use your little berries to accent like little fun twigs. Just put a little glue, pop them into the pine. I'm going to alternate this bow just a little bit. I think I'm going to go up and down just like that. And we did it! We made our own sled door hanger. She's super cute and ready to gift to anyone. Oh, y'all, and you've got this much ribbon to tie up treat bags too, to deliver all those cookies you're making this Christmas. Guys, this is awesome. So, we're gonna make a wreath together, and I can also answer any of your questions about design school since it's brand new, spanking open. All right. Yes, I think that's neat, Jackie. I think that's going to be awesome. They're going to have him working hard. Hi, Nancy. I'm excited to see you. I'm glad you're here. So the other day in design school, we did, we worked with these exact magnolias. So I think we're going to play with them again. So let me get these guys fluffed out while we're waiting for everyone to come on. If you're going to want the supply list later, just make sure you pop in the comments supply list. We will get you the list of what we're making tonight. If you need the link for design school, just put what you need in the comments. And if I don't get to it right this second, we'll get to it later, okay? And we'll get you what you need. So I'm going to just fluff these out first. Hey Marilyn, I'm glad you're here. I know, he's going to be so busy. Let's fluff that out. All right, let's make it look beautiful. Isn't that pretty? It looks so real. So I'm going to put a couple of those in here for sure. Oh, thanks, Christina. It was a bright pink, and I was like, yeah. I should have wore it when I was making the pink snowman wreath. That would have been perfect. I'm going to pull my garbage out a little bit. Somehow it worked its way all the way to the front. Teresa says, can we pay with design school with PayPal, or is it credit card only? It's set up with credit card or debit card. You can pay that way. Let's see. Vicky, good to see you. I know. You're on early? Yes. Okay, guys. Yes. So you're putting in the comments what you need, and we'll get back to you in a little bit with the links, okay? I'm a little shorthanded tonight. I'm definitely shorthanded on brain power, y'all. Does that happen when you have to learn something completely new? I felt like I was in college again, cramming for a test I hadn't studied for in a while. Terry, the emails just went out this evening, and there was several hundreds of them, so it might take a little while to get to you. So you should be getting it soon. If you don't, I'll send you a link when we do the comments, okay? Where did I get the magnolias? Sheila, in our shop. Oh, let me put our sign up. Keleas.com, we have those in there. Keleas.com, we should have all of this online, except for maybe these are new. These, I thought I heard Kaya. These sugared magnolia leaves. These are brand new, so I haven't really used these yet this year. Hey, Kai. I'm live over here talking to all my friends. All my crafty friends. You want to say hi? The camera's angled over there now, so if you come anymore, you'll be on camera. She's wrapped in a blanket. Yes.
I was just about to tell you about the math game that Mr. Shaw showed us.
You're playing a new math game?
Mm-hmm.
Just a minute, y'all. We're playing a new math game. Okay, how's it going?
And then there's like the subscription thing.
Oh, we can subscribe to the math game more?
And then for 1 month, it's 50% off, so
It's a special deal? Okay, let me come and look at it a little bit.
And then 1 month.
Because I'm still paying for the other math game too. And
I'm still playing them.
You're still playing? I mean, she's playing all the math games. I guess I should say yes. Okay, I'll say yes. The math game.
Or the month?
Let's do the month.
1
Or
month
we need it for the year.
$9.99.
Yeah, do the $9.99. Or is it $39 for the year? Okay, then do the year. Okay. All right, she got me. I'm signing up for my own subscription. She was playing a basketball math game, so hey, if she's loving it, I'm game in. Game on, game in. Either way. Aren't these pretty? I'm just fluffing them out. I am saving the tags so we can see how many we're going to use. I know we're going to work on a smaller wreath base tonight, a 14-inch. So it'll be kind of little. Kimberly, you're waiting for your registration email? Woohoo! Hopefully it'll come soon. Yeah, she was smooth, Debbie. It wasn't even hard. You know how she comes to ask me when I'm on live? You know how she does it? Mm-hmm. She knows to come on in. How are you going to say no to some educational game? You know you're never saying no to that. Okay, so I've got a few of these. I fluffed out a couple. Maybe we'll fluff out one more. Just so we're ready to go with that one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. So I was setting up the new course where you guys will enter, all the new students will enter for design school. So it was very complicated to set it all up because I'm new to it, you know, and you have to learn how to do it. Gina, we'll get you a link since you put the comment. We'll get you a link to the stand. It's in our shop too at Keleas.com. All right. Oh, Becky, you just got your registration? Great, great. Okay, so you guys, it might be coming. All right. So, Debbie, we have a new URL for the Design School, if anyone asks for it, if you're on. And it's KeleasDesignSchool.com. Okay? Kids always ask something when you're busy doing something. Yes, Kimberly. Yes. So this right here is going to give you a little bit of a tip of what we're going to be, kind of a hint of what we're going to be using else in this wreath. So if you are looking at it carefully, what do you think? What kind of tip off is that giving you? If you know we're putting this in there. Maybe before I get to the answer, you might guess. I'm so excited to play with flowers. I'm tired of playing with computers today. Okay, Debbie. I don't think Nicole's going to be here, Debbie. So, you're the lead dog. You're always quick on everything. Anyway. All right. Look at here, look at here. So I fluffed it out. I probably will curl these or something, but what do you think? What kind of inspiration could I get from this? Can you see the berry color? I'm kind of giving it away, but I'm waiting for someone to type it. Type it away. We can use birch ribbon, Catherine. Good guess. Good guess. Good guess. Very good guess. She's always thinking. Sharon, you just need, you need the supply list, no problem. That is so good. I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm tired of tea and, caffeine all day to keep me from passing out at the computer. Christine, blueberry, yes. And so saying blueberry, let me show you our colors. Navy, good, good, good. We've got this gorgeous navy plaid that has a green with it. Isn't that beautiful? And gold on the edges. Now look how that's going to pick up the color of this magnolia. Thanks, Gina. Thank you. I think. Oh, it looks witchy. Well, Kim, it's wintry blue with glitter. It may be hard to kind of tell. Blues and silvers. Yes. Yes, Carol, it did kind of look black, but it's actually blue. Deep blue, exactly. So we're going to be using this, and then we have a solid blue that goes with it. That's got a little bit of gold on the back. So how pretty that will be. Oh, and then there's one more thing that I picked out. Now, hopefully we have enough supplies here. If not, we might have to finish tomorrow. But I've also got these icy branches, which I totally love these. I think these will be a lot of fun. And they have some real twigs and then some wire twigs in here. So we'll cut that up and use it in there too. Good, Kimberly. Awesome. Awesome. Y'all, today has been Nightmare Customer Service Day. So as I have been setting up, working my little hiney off, the customer service coming in has all been, kind of problem situations. So I so need this time with you just to chill and get great feedback by like, yay, I got my delivery from you today, instead of, boo, this was wrong or that was wrong or something's lost or blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes. Okay, I'm done complaining. Done complaining. I got it out of my system. Catherine, I think it's going to be pretty. So let's start off with our greenery. I think we'll get started. I am going to need some Spanish moss, which my moss bucket is somewhere. I cleaned. This is what happens. This happened to you. You clean and you cannot find anything. I found it. It's over here. I got it. I'm coming. Got it. Oh, and it's so nicely full of moss. Can you smell it? Smells so earthy. Blame Richard, Debbie? I know. It's okay. It comes with the territory. So let's start off with a couple of these and let's put these in first and see what we got going on. Get this action going. So anyway, I'm really excited about welcoming all the new students. So if you are one who's waiting for your invite, if you've been on the wait list for months and you're waiting for your invite, check your email. Hopefully you've gotten it by now. But if not, it should be coming. And we can always give you a link in the comments if you need it, okay? Alright, I'm going to put this one kind of high. Get it going. Get the creation going. Hey, Wilhelmine. Good to see you. We're just having a blast over here. We're creating. We're playing with these glittery magnolia leaves, and those make me happy. Totally make me happy. Y'all, if you've got nothing else to do you mind, sprinkling the love for us? Even if you have something else to do, sprinkle the love. We appreciate it. It'll just tell the algorithm that you love us, so more of your people will like us. Oh. Alright, I'm going to go further down here. Hey guys, and if you're watching in one of the groups, one of the free groups, the Wreath Making Supplies or the Blue Merino Buds, you may not even know you're watching. But if I'm not commenting back to you and you don't hear me talking back to the people on the screen, just come over here and you can comment and converse with us. Alright, put a little more moss on it. How long is design school registration open? Paula, you have about 10 days. You have about 10 days. And then the cart will be closing. So you gotta quick make up your mind. And of course, the earlier you get in, the more perks and freebies you get. I'm gonna cut up this one too. Rosemary, did she call you old? Did I call you old? New and old. New and old. It's lovingly old, right? Most of our blue merinos are pretty, we're pretty well aged, like a fine wine, I say. I just split that one in half so I get a couple little pieces. You're welcome, Paula. No problem. I'll be talking about it every day, and I'm going to put a countdown on that page so you'll know. I figured out how to do that today, and I was so excited. Y'all, I was like, oh, it's not so hard. Debbie, it's okay. Debbie says new and previous returning. You're good. Becky, we have all of this in stock. I'm going to post a supply list for you guys later. So just put in the comments you want the supply list, and we'll get you the list. That way you can just click on it and get them directly. But yeah, we have the leaves in stock. We have the magnolia. We should have everything in this. Well, as of when we started the video in stock. You never know when the video starts going what happens. You're seasoned, exactly. Rosemary says, no, I'm just bitter about it. Hey, Rosemary, you've been around longer, right? You're just much more, much more versed in all the ways of life, right? I think that's an advantage, actually. In some ways, I wouldn't want to go back and be too young. There's like a fine line between how young and how old, right? Nancy has been in, oh, you did? You made a wreath with the leaves today. Oh, great. Great. Brianna, good job. Nancy's been in design school for over a year. You love it. You won't be disappointed. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy's real active too. She's, you don't have to be active in the group also. You can just watch the classes, do what you want. You don't have to socialize with us if you don't. If you want to, we have a lot of fun. Everyone makes friends. I will say we're a drama-free zone. If you're like a drama person, don't bother joining our group because I will not allow it and you'll be thrown out. So we don't do any drama. We're happy people. Not to say people don't have issues. We will be happy to pray for you or think about you and take your needs and put good thoughts into that, but we don't do a lot of drama or tolerate it. So if that's your concern, don't worry. It's not allowed. Right? Rosemary, you keep telling yourself? Look how pretty. So on this design, we're just going to use, I'm going to teach like I would in design school a little, so you get some freebies here, okay? We're going to use 2 florals at the top because we're going to use our bow at the bottom and make it a little bit bigger and let it stand by itself. So we're going to put this a little higher up here. So if I put this one at that level, I'll just put this one, I think, a little bit lower. All right? I'll just come in a little bit lower. And I have been kind of giving these a little motion forward so that they, I'm going to hold it a little so it doesn't rotate out. Hold on. So they get off the base just slightly. And I posted today on here earlier, I posted a replay of a fall wreath that is like a double stacked pumpkin. If you go back and watch that one, we're chatting and visiting too while I'm creating, but we did the same thing. It comes way off the wreath and gives you nice dimension. So you might want to take a peek of that. That wreath is really pretty simple yet very stunning kind of result, surprisingly. Pam loves design school, but she's just quiet. That's okay, Pam. You comment a lot. You're in there commenting. You're here on these lives here. You're here. That's okay either way, Pam. It doesn't matter. We have some, and if you want to join and not even get in the Facebook group, that's okay too. You don't have to do it. You could do all of those things. We're pretty easy going. I'm just going to teach you something new every week, something beautiful that you can give a try. All right, I'm going to open up another one of these. Oh, thanks so much, Kay. We're glad you're here with us. Y'all, if you don't know what a blue merino is, that's you guys who enjoy coming and hanging out and creating with us. Then we call you a blue merino. Just like we call this the Bloom Room, and then we call the warehouse Bloom Central. A lot of blooms, right? Hey, Laura Lynn, good to see you. Checking in from H-Town. Y'all, I went to school with Laura Lynn. And, girl, I got some stories about her. I won't tell them all now. We'll keep it secret, just like you don't tell the stories about me, Laura Lynn. I'm going to separate these guys into a couple pieces so we can use them, divide it up a little bit. Oh, good, Pam. I'm glad you think I'm helpful. That's great. I try to be. I made a couple of different sections. Haley, I sell the wreaths I make on my Etsy page, okay? There's not a ton up there right this second, so just keep an eye out, okay? My Etsy's page name is also Keleas. Same for you, sister. I know, Laura Lynn. I'll keep it quiet. Keep it all quiet. Nobody needs to know all of our college drama, right? It was a good time, though. It was a good time. Busy time, but a good time. Well, hell, life's not slowed down at all anyway. Hi, Jamie from Ohio. Good to see you. Oh, thanks, Aja. Aja's giving some feedback about design school. We appreciate it, girl. Oh, Debbie just posted the link for Etsy also. So you can check out our shop over there. Okay, I need a little bit more down here. Joanne, you're checking in from Houston? Or Joanna? Joanna, I think. We're from Sugarland. We're your neighbors. Practically neighbors. Okay, I'm going to hold off a minute so we can kind of tie our bow, see how that's going to go in. So I've got 3 pieces of greenery left we're going to put to the side. And I think we'll go some type of simple bow maybe a little bit tonight, not go crazy. Just hand tie it. Let's see. I don't think I tied a bow in blue on Bow Wednesdays, so I don't have one ready to go. Let me see if that tail length would work. That would work. Let's see what we can do here. Let's make some loops and see what happens. I don't hand tie bows very much anymore, so could be a hot mess. I usually use the bow maker to hold them, but we can try. Why not? Ooh, a bunch of people just came on. Hi, guys. Thanks for coming in, saying hello. We are tying bows, making a wreath, talking about design school. Excited to welcome a whole bunch of new members to our group. Very excited. I'm just making a little bow here. Sharon, if I were in your design school, I would flunk out. Sharon, this is a cool thing.
Nobody flunks out, Sharon. Nobody flunks out. We take you right where you are. And I'm not a critical teacher either. I might be critical on you after you've been in there a few years if you really haven't improved any or something. But if you've just joining, we are taking you right as you are. Don't worry. All right. We got that so far. A couple of loops going on. I'm going to puff it up. But I also have the other ribbon. So let me put a cable tie on this first, and maybe we'll use a little other ribbon going the other way just for something different. Why not? Hey, Mary from North Carolina. Anybody else watching who's just being quiet? And if you're watching in one of the groups and can't comment, come over here to the Keleas page and you can chat away. If you just need a link to the kits, just drop kits in the comments. Or if you need a link to join our class, drop link for class in the comments and we'll get that given to you, no problem. Okay, let me get the blue part now. Let's make something different. I think that could kind of lay on top of that one. Look at the reversibles, pretty. So let's kind of just play, I don't know. I'm feeling like a free spirit tonight. Maybe a couple of loops up. Just like something like this. A little different. And a couple of tails. That sounds fun. Alright, let's do that. So I'll tie this like this with two tails. So 2 loops, 2 tails coming down. Good to see you guys. Oh, a bunch of people came on. Jill, I can see you. You're here. Jenny's checking in from Indiana. Hey, Jenny. Hi, Susan from Tennessee. Hi, Lisa. Annette's just watching, being quiet. That's okay, Annette. Good for you. I'm glad you're commenting. Chiming in a little. Terry needs a class link in case you don't get your email. No problem, Terry. Good idea. We better have a backup plan in case it doesn't come through. I really tried on all the technology. I want you to know I tried. I'm always trying. Yes, KeleasDesignSchool.com. Yes. Should take you there. All one word. Don't search it though, because it's a brand new URL. If you search it, it'll take you to the old one. You want to go to the new one, because the old one won't let you sign up. Susie's checking in from Virginia, and Judy's checking in from Pennsylvania. Alright, I'm fluffing this. Kids baseball season, Beth. So does that mean you'll get to watch more or less? Just trying to figure it out. What size wreath? Glenda, this is a 18, I know it's a 14-inch wreath base, and I use the moss to cover the hot glue. That's why you see me doing that at that moment. All right, I got kind of the tail going up, tail going down. Let's see. I kind of want these to pop up and this to go down. Let me make it a little bit foo-fooer. Foo-fooer. Okay, let's put it in like right there. I'm going to have that one tail go up. I'm going to slide this in the back now. Joe says, I was just watching and thinking I would have to drop out after a few years. I don't want to be told I'm not doing a good job, Joe. Joan, you're like, you don't think you'd be better in 2 years? I promise you'd be better in 2 years. I promise you would be. People get better quick in there. Really. I try to make it really simple for you to learn the techniques. I'm sweet, Joan. I wouldn't be that hard. Oh. Okay, Jill says her kids are always telling you she's technically challenged. Yeah, Jill, I get it. Renee says you won't ever drop out of the class because you'll have the best supplies too. Thanks, Renee. You keep me busy. All right, I'm gonna go right here where I kind of put the bottom of that magnolia, And then I think we'll deal with these tails first thing because we got to get them in position. We'll get them in. Guys, so the wreaths around me are all classes in design school that all have different techniques. So we don't just do basic designs. We have swags, we teach garlands, centerpieces, arrangement, all kind of different things. So there's opportunity to learn so much. Beth says fall break this week and then 3 more weeks of basketball. Oh, and then you'll be back in your regular schedule, Beth, right? I get it. I get it. Kaya's got volleyball, so the only thing is we haven't been able to go to most of the games because they don't allow spectators. So I've been watching her on, they stream it on Facebook. Some of the games, today's they did. But it's funny because I'm like screaming at the TV, you know. It's hilarious. Or at the iPad or at the phone because I'm rooting on my kid. I got this twisted up a little bit. Here we go. I'll put one up, one down maybe? Let's see. I got it a little twisted. I'm going to lay it down for a second. Get it straight. Give me just a second. I decided to go rogue with my bow making today. And play a little bit. Thanks, Becky. Kimberly, you got the registration email? Good, 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 good. I'm glad it arrived. To be fair, I only sent it like an hour ago, and I know it was several hundreds of emails, so sometimes the system slows it down. It's like they don't really want all those emails to go out at once. But I'm glad it didn't go to your spam folder. For a change, you know? Rosemary says she's learned so much in design school. Thanks, Rosemary. I'm glad you've learned. You're so talented. She makes beautiful pieces. We have so many talented people in there, y'all, that you can get to know and watch how they design too, and you can learn from them. So I'm just kind of putting little curls in these dudes to kind of figure out where they're going to end up. I am going to have to tie this one in a little bit because I want it a little bit higher, okay? Tucking it in right up here. Trying to not get my new pink shirt in the glue. Trying to keep it out of the glue. I dropped the plug for the glue pot in the glue yesterday. So, and I didn't really realize it until I went to plug it back in today, and it wouldn't go in the plug. I was like, what is the problem? Oh, covered in glue. So we're you know, slow learner over here. I get it. Okay, so I like that kind of just whimsically going. I'm going to take this one. Do I want to tuck it? I think I'm just going to let it go low. Give it a curl. This blue ribbon has just a little bit of a gold fleck on it. It's really, really cute. All right, let's see if I can answer a couple comments and get a drink here. Joan, you've been trying for years in your craft room. Joan, you're not that bad. Come on, Joan. Oh, Becky, how to do the moss? Yeah. I just take it and just kind of wad it up. Like that. Just take a little bit of moss and I just wad it up. And that's just to put on the glue. You just have to be real careful. Now, if you use a glue gun, I do not recommend this method. If you construct with a glue gun, you will get burned and get hurt. So just if you use like a low temp gun or you use a glue skillet where the temperature's not as high, it's less likely for you to burn yourself because there's little holes in the moss when you put it on. Okay? All right. Okay. I just kind of played around a little bit different. I made a 2-loop bow on here, just freestyle, and then I made 2 loops in the middle, and then we just put tails up and down. That's what we've done so far. That's all we did. Susie needs info on design school. Susie, we'll get you a link in just a little while, okay? All right, let's look at our other supplies we have picked out. I know I have a little more greenery, and I only have 1 berry and twig, so I've really got to start thinking about where everything's gonna go, because I'm not gonna have a whole bunch of supplies on this one. Okay. Here is a bigger leaf. So I think I'm gonna tuck it under the bow just a little bit to pull in that color and get the bow. The bow looks gorgeous right there, but I want to have something just to hold it up a little bit. Go right under here. And just poke that in. Yes! That works great. Okay, I have 2 more pieces of greenery. Alright. I've got to have something right here behind this magnolia too. So let me get in there and do that. We're kind of just keeping this project super simple so that you can know you can start anywhere at any level. Okay? Just one more piece, and I actually think we'll put it just right behind the bow, maybe right in here. Dang, we're going to get some of these killer twigs in there. No, it depends on the project. Sometimes we put the bow first, sometimes we put it second. It just depends how we're feeling. I haven't put a hanger on this, but I feel like this is going to hang up pretty straight is what I'm thinking. Okay. Alright, let's get in. Let's go with these twigs now. I haven't really played with these yet, so let me cut them open and see what we got going. If I can cut them open, I hope. Yes. I'm just going to spread them apart a little. Jill, you love it? Great. It's going to be really simple. But I think it's going to turn out nice. Terry, what temp do I have the glue pot on? Usually between 250 and 300. Depends on your skillet. The thermostat's a little bit different on all of them. You don't want it to be super, it needs to be kind of thick, like a little bit thicker than honey. It works, that's perfect. And you guys, if you use a glue skillet like this, you have to stay with it the entire time. You can't leave it unattended, because at any time the thermostat on those things goes wonky, and it just lets go of noxious chemicals, and it can set fire right in the bucket. It's dangerous, so be very, very careful. Oh, thank you, Jan. Thank you, Jill. Both of you guys. I'm just separating it out into its little pieces, okay? It's got some cool, it's just adorable with ice and everything. Only because I want to use it in a lot of different sections. This particular spray would work great for a centerpiece right in the middle, and then nice and chunky. Alrighty, let's get this one going. So I'm going to use 2 or 3 at a time, but I'm going to trim them because I need a nice little neat edge to put in there when I glue it. Alright, now it has that little white snowflake. You know what? I think I'm going to cut off the snowflake. Doesn't go with our style. I'm going to keep it, but I can keep those for something else. I'm just going to cut that part off. Nothing wrong with a snowflake. It just doesn't fit our kind of more elegant look. Alright, give that a twist. Dip it in, and let's go up high with this one, right behind that magnolia. There we go. I like that a lot better. Okay, let's grab another little section and make a cluster of goodness. Is anybody using a lot of flocky, snowy stuff? Because I sure am. I'm loving it. Like, I can't get enough of it. You know, this would have been pretty with those gold sprays too, if you had a gold. These are just icy. But I know we've got some pretty gold in the shop, if you wanted to bring out more of the gold. Okay, let's do a couple more. Hey, Josie. How are you doing? What's going on in San Antonio? Nancy, you've been buying the icy stuff? There's more that just came in too, Nancy, that is awesome. I can't wait to create. I'll be creating stuff for design school, definitely with some more icy stuff. But I never get tired of it. And I like that it's wintry. Uh-oh, Josie's waiting on me for something. I'm sorry, Josie, it's coming. Jill's really into it. Awesome. Rosemary, you're wearing a lot of it too. Yes. I was carrying those flock garlands yesterday, Rosemary. I was covered, I mean, head to toe with flocking. Oh my gosh. Christine, hello, good to see you too. Christina, I'm sorry. I can't read today or talk correctly. But what's new? Lori, yay! Alright, let's get in here with kind of coming from underneath. Yeah. I'm going to get this guy to mix up with these and kind of hang out here together. There we go. Then don't forget, we've got those blueberries to put in too. Oh, Shirley, she's doing fine. Thank you for asking about her. All right, I am going to put these together. I'm going to put another couple of twigs. Kind of come down here. And then it's going to be blueberry time soon. All right, let's put this in. Oh, I left a little snowflake on it. Let me cut that one off. Okay. It's nice that they're wired on. They're pretty easy to pop off there. Okay, good deal. I've still got a couple more. Got a couple more on the stem too. Use these. We could probably put a little of that birch spray in. I think it's raining outside. How exciting! Oh, thanks, Carolyn. I'm glad you're here joining us. Don't be a stranger. Come and hang out with us anytime. We're live or replay. Right now, we're live a lot because our class is open. But when it's not open, we're generally live on Wednesdays making bows and Fridays. And then we have a new video that comes out with a really simple project on Saturdays. So we've got something for everybody. As long as you like to create with flowers and glitter and ribbon, some type of floral design, you're in the right place. Ah, thank you, Josie. I love your work too. Always making something pretty. A lot of garlands, huh, Josie? I'll give y'all a close-up of the wreath in just a second. Let me get a little bit more. Is the cold front coming? Rosemary, are you in Pearland? What part of town? Oh, Asia loves Simple Saturday. Awesome. I'm going to comb way low. Way low on this one. Okay. Trying to think of that shop you were in, what part of town that was in, Rosemary, if you live near it, or that looks cool. Okay. Oh, you're in Pearland? Okay. I was thinking you were. All right. So far, twigs, greenery. Did I say many leaves? No. I really think I'd like another leaf right in here. I'll have to bring one from the house. But we got twigs, we got leaves, and we've got two magnolias. All right, now we're gonna get in those blueberries. I think we're gonna need to add a little bit more to it tomorrow, but I'm gonna keep on with what I've got today, and we'll soup it up. Okay, the shop's in Friendswood, but you're in Pearland. Well, that's not too bad, right? I don't think. Well, let's see. Pearland, Friendswood. They're close, right? Well, Friendswood's near Clearwood Lake. Maybe not. Don't ask me. Maybe they're not close at all. Here we are with the dang geography again. Computers and geography. I am in trouble. I'm going to break this into a couple pieces. So we'll have 3 different pics to put on there. Lisa, you just joined the group. Awesome! Pearland, Asia, yes. We were in Asia at the retreat, though. We were in the woodlands. 30 minutes, Rosemary? Okay, so not that close. All right. We're excited to have you in the group. That's awesome. Way to go. You should have access right away to 4 classes when you join the group. So you can jump in there anytime you want. All right, I'm just curling these dudes up a little so they look a little bit different than the other branches. Yeah, it's raining outside. That's great. My plants are going to be happy. Hey, Charlene. All right. Give them these curls. Get them all curls. I don't know. I mean, Rosemary's always selling her stuff. It's so cute. So cute. All right, so, hey, how about there where I needed the leaf? I'll put this one right here. Maybe that'll work filling in there. I'm going to give it a little bend. Let's tuck it back here. Kind of got a little railroad track going back there. Crisscross, right? Joanne, design school is $30 a month. And there's no commitment. You can stay as long as you like. It's just when you leave, you don't continue to get access to your classes. And like the students who are in there now, what if they were to leave and come back, they would lose access to all their old classes. They would just start with the current month. All right, now I'm going to use these two here. And I really want to make sure that they show up. I'm going to use a little shorter one, maybe right in here. I think if I had one more blueberry pick, I'd be happy. And maybe one more of the icy magnolia leaf. I think that would be cool. And on this one, I'm particularly only going to use 2 magnolias for just a different design. But you totally could do the other and put 3 if you wanted. This is kind of developing up nice. It's coming together. So maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow. I'll bring a couple of those and we can add on. If you didn't know, design school is open for the next like week and a half, where it is the time you can join. And so all my lives are going to be kind of teaching, and we'll be visiting, of course, chatting. But I'm going to be teaching you some of the processes so you can get a feel for it and see if design school might be something you want to try out. Hi, Patty and Jackie. Joan is the first time watcher. Hi, Joan. So glad you're here. You guys make sure you introduce yourself. Come on in. You can tell us where you're from, too. A lot of times you'll find someone who might know exactly where you live, even if you're in a small town or be from your area. So many people have made friends over the years. Hi, Carla. Congratulations, y'all. Carla's in design school, and she just put a post in there. I think you sold 5 wreaths. She sold 5 wreaths to someone today, and they're coming back for more. We were so excited for her. I had to find the perfect emoji. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. Thank you for the pretty lady comment. I'm feeling pretty tonight. Yeah. Hey, Janet. I was joking with Janet because she had to bring her plants in because they might have a freeze. And you know how it is, guys, when you bring your stuff in and then it doesn't freeze? So I said she took one for the team, right? For the whole state. Hi, Stacy. Good to see you. Coach Klee is here. I'm coaching it up. I'm fluffing up some birch, getting it going while everybody's coming on. So I'd like to cheers you guys who are here with us. Grab your beverage. Let's cheers to a good weekend. Positive thoughts. I'll be using my Diet Dr. Pepper. Hashtag Diet Dr. Pepper. Uh-oh, Dylan's trying to up one you to gorgeous. Thanks, Dylan. Feeling gorgeous. Thank you for being here and checking in with us. Lori's here too, and Melissa. Yay! You've sold 7. Carla sold 7. Okay, 7. Oh my gosh. And you've been bringing in plants because of snow? Oh geez, Carla. You got the real deal there. Iowa, right, Carla? Cold. Real cold. Hi, Damon. Damon, we're talking all about design school. I'm excited. Damon's going to get to decorate the White House. That's so exciting. Yes. Oh, no, you turned on the heater? Okay, you guys do that too? Because it's just crazy because I don't want to turn on the heater either. So you just have to. I didn't know everyone did that. Shirley's got snow in Wyoming. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I got my glue skillet on. It is heating up. So if you did not see the video yesterday, you can go watch the replay. It is available right here on Facebook. The supply list for this as it is now is up on the website. So if you do need the supply list, some of you may not have gotten it yet because we just finished it, but we will be replying to your comments on yesterday's video as well. But if you want the supply list, just put list in the comments and you'll get a list either today or tomorrow. Oh my gosh, 50 degrees in Mississippi and 100 in Arizona, right? No. And Stacy won a gift card for ribbon? Stacy, score. Oh my gosh. And in Kentucky, you had to turn on the heater. I'm telling you, the temperature's coming down, right? You don't want to turn it on. So we made this yesterday, and what we're going to do today is exactly kind of what we do in design school, where we get to a point on a project, we say, hey, this could work just as it is right now, but we're going to take it to the next level, and that's what we're going to do with you. And tonight, right now. And if you don't want to take your projects to the next level, that's okay too. There is a market for way over the top wreaths, for a middle of the road wreath, and for a very basic wreath. So everything is good. You love the blue? We're going to continue. We're going to continue on, okay? So I know I'm going to be adding some of this twig in too, but I am going to start on by using a little of a twig that comes out of a wreath. Veronica, you're going to watch the replay from yesterday. Go check it out. I think you will enjoy it. So let me show you how to do this super easy. What we're going to do is we're going to take out the support. On a grapevine wreath, there's always a thicker vine that goes around, and that's your support vine. We're going to take that out so we can loosen this up and use a little bit of it, okay? Jennifer, 30s is cold. Barbara, how cold was it where you're at? I'm asking the people who I know their states are up north. I don't know how cold it gets there. I'm going to get some cutters that are for pruning. So they're over here. I'm coming right back. I sometimes use these. I also use them in my garden. I got these at a craft show. This is the dangerous thing of having a booth at a craft show. This is one of these tiger jaws that ratcheted tighter. So I'm using that to cut right now. Oh, it's going to freeze? Oh my gosh. Katrina just joined design school this morning. Yay, Katrina. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. So glad to have you. We're working on the portal. So I'm very excited that the new videos are in there for you guys. And hopefully you had access to watch some right away. Barbara, 54. Well, that's not that bad. All right, see, I'm just unwinding it right here. I'm just taking that support off. So if you want to do this with grapevine, make sure you pick a grapevine wreath that has the thinner vines in it. That's the best one to use for this. Oh my gosh, you're going to have a booth? Oh, woohoo! Great, Joan. We're so excited to have you. You've been rocking already. Christina, you need one of these, girl. It says tiger jaw. It's patented in Germany, Taiwan, the USA, and China. Oh, it has this rotating handle. I've had it for a long time. I don't know exactly where you get them now. I got it at one of the shows. You know, I had a booth next to them. So one of those was going home with me. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Mary. All right. So I've got that off now, and I can take a few of these pieces and just loosen them up. And I kind of want them as long as possible. So when I pull it off, it's a little messy, but designing is messy. Floral design is messy. So if that's an issue, don't join design school because it's always going to be messy. Katrina, you got to see the Santa boots video. Yay! Yay, awesome. One of the centerpieces. I love it. Magnolia, Mississippi. K, your high was 68 and it's 61. That's not bad. Not too bad, right? All right, see, I've opened it up. I've got a nice long loop, almost all the way around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work this in my wreath to kind of create like a little cage around here for fun. This is totally optional on your projects, but it is a lot of fun. So let me get it in first, and then we'll start tying it in, okay? We might glue it too, but we'll just get it started to play with it. If you didn't want to use this kind of vine, you could use artificial vine. It would be easier to work with. But of course, taking apart a wreath is a lot less expensive. So you have different options. All right? I'm just going to kind of come in behind my icy magnolias up here. And I'm just pushing them into the wreath right now. I'm not gluing them or tying them yet. All righty. All right, I've got that coming in. And now I'm going to bring this piece down and see if I can hook it just right behind this magnolia right here. Cool. So look, I want to show you how that's going to look. See how cool that is and this dimension it's going to give? It's going to be so cool. Oh, Jessica, we'll see you later, okay? We'll see you later. All right. Let's tie those in. Let's get those in. And I'm going to use cable ties to do that. You could also dip it in the glue and then put it in as well, but I'm going to tie it in. So let me grab my cable ties right over here. I moved my supply bucket over there, and I need to bring it back to the table, but I've got so much stuff on the table right now. Okay, so I'm just going to use some cable ties. Oh, there was a few on the table right here. Duh. Donna says she likes to use birch when I do this technique. I'm not even sure why I started using birch, but I like it. I'm sure you like birch. It's probably got a prettier color to it. This is just a regular grapevine, you know, like a $4.99 grapevine. So let's get it in. Alrighty, let me come over here. I'm just going to hold it right in front of me. I'm tying it in right from the back, okay? It's not the glamorous part tying it in. It takes a little time, but that way we know it's not going to pull out. I do a lot of tying in, a lot of gluing, and I try to usually have a backup technique because of my history of doing craft shows. I've done craft shows all over the country, big craft shows, 60-foot booths, 18-wheeler loads of stuff. People pick up stuff by this part, and they bring you the wreath hanging off like the littlest thing, and you're having a heart attack the whole time they're bringing it. So if you just plan that from the beginning, your construction will be a little more solid, and you'll probably have happier customers in the long run, okay? So I tied that one in there, and I'm going to tie the other loop right behind the magnolia, okay? So it's right there. I'm just bringing it underneath, okay? And just pop that in here. Now, I'll have to tweak it around the bow and stuff in a minute, but see how that poop pops back out around? I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you for sharing. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Sherry. Thanks, Darla. All right, I'm tying that one in now, too. So, guys, if you're just getting here, we made the first part of this wreath yesterday. And we're kind of talking through the steps like we would in design school, where we are taking the wreath to the next level by souping it up a little and adding some more dimension. And, of course, that's going to make the price go up because we are adding elements to it. But I like to give my students the option of what's that next point when they're comfortable with taking the design level a little bit higher, okay? And but there's room for, in the market, if you sell your pieces at every level, not everything has to be over the top, for sure. You guys like it? Great. All right, we just did the top part so far. I'd like to have another little piece kind of maybe coming down. Let's play with it a little bit more. Let's take just a minute because I was going to put this hanger on to show you guys to put the hanger on properly, and I just kind of barely did it. So let me give you a tip here how to do that. Christina, yes, girl, you've got to do it. If you guys need the supply list of what we use, just put list in the comments and we'll get you a copy of the supply list. Okay, here's the back of the wreath. So yesterday when we were making it, we know that we want these two magnolias kind of sitting up at the top. So I know I need my hanger right in here. So I just kind of balance my finger there, and I'm going to put the hanger on each side between there. Okay, so I go up on one side like that. Now before I twist or anything, I put the other side up. And you just have to grab some of the chunkier pieces of the grapevine. And I'm going to make a nice, neat loop. And the design school ladies and gentlemen are sick of hearing this, but please put hangers on your projects. Because otherwise the end user, your customer, or your gift recipient, they don't know how to hang it. They don't. And they don't know how you designed it. And it's not because they don't understand. They just aren't familiar with it like you are. So make sure you get it in the right spot right there. Okay? Hey, Tracy, you're new. Welcome. Yes, guys, no problem. We'll get you guys the list. Ginger, we're going on a really small base, 14 inches, okay? You love to beef them up? Yeah, me too. All right, so our hangers on, that's just so easy. If you sell this at a craft show, I know we're not doing as many right now with COVID, but when everything gets better, we will be. This is how you hand this to your customer. They are so like, oh my God, there's a hanger. They're so happy. They want to walk up and hang it on their door. They don't want to worry about how it goes. Okay, so it just solves a problem for them, which helps you sell more, right? I know! Kay, that wire, 18 gauge. 18 gauge wire it's like the perfect, how do you call it, malleability? I don't know if that's a word. It bends easy, but it's still rigid. I'm making up words. So just keep fluffing this out because I want a little more action over here. And then what we're going to do is I will pull this down maybe a little through the bow, kind of so it goes sideways. But I want a little bit more going. Kind of a fun, pocket of, like, this is encasing the design. Think of it that way. Alrighty, let's get another loop out on this dude. This grapevine smells extra earthy. It's like, ah. Pitt says it's the first thing she does is put the hanger on the wreath. I know it. I know it. I regret it when I forget it. I'm like, why didn't I put that on already? And this one doesn't have too many leaves. You can leave some of the leaves. I don't mind leaves in my wreath base, but in this part, I would pull them off. We don't really need them on there. Hi, Nick. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I mean, Dylan was here. Nick's here. You guys are so sweet to come and pop over. It's design school week, so we are talking to everybody about design school. Extra earthy. Breathe deep. Hold it hard. Very earthy. Okay, so I'm just going to give this like a little twist, a little bit of funness, make a little wreath with like a little tail. And let's just pop that in kind of over here. Let's see if we can get it in without it overlapping too much. Just kind of come in a little bit here, maybe a little lower. You kind of play with it if you want it outside or inside or how you want it to roll, depending on your flow. That's a little low. I'm going to try it a little higher and see if I like that. We've got options. Oh, I like that. I like it. A little bit higher right there. So let's get that tied in right at the top. Thanks, Mindy. Is it okay to use real birch branches and other natural products? Absolutely. In my previous life, like in the early 90s, silk flowers weren't as popular as they are today. We use tons of dried flowers. So yes, absolutely. Nick says you can't get better than learning from Keleas. She's one of my favorite designers. Me too. Nick's one of my favorite too. We like a lot of the same stuff. Yes, we do. Thanks, Haley. Ginger, the magnolia leaves are frosted. Yes, they are online. They have like a light glitter. I'll bring them closer to the screen in just a minute. Let me tie this one in. And then we'll get it really nice and cleaned up here. So I'm going to have one place I tie it in. I think will be good. Right in there. Okay, so I need to bring the leaves over a little. And let me trim that cable tie off. And then I'm going to need to hide it a little. Let me give you kind of a close-up of that situation. Right? It's turning out pretty! The magnolias aren't frosted, just the leaves, and we've got some frost on here. Okay. Wilhelmine says, I like that wreath, all the striped ribbon, the right easel. Did you make that in design school? This one here? Yes. Actually, the whole back wall is in design school. Yes. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking it. Okay. Now, I've got to cover up that cable tie because it's showing right now. So the easiest thing, sorry, the grapevine is tickling my toes again, is to go in with a little bit of moss. So I'm going to do my little moss ball, roll it up, and let's put it on there. I'm glad you guys are liking it. It's kind of using a lot of the techniques we use in the spring, but in the winter. So we can do, we can mix and match. So I'm going to just push that to the back, get a little bit of moss on there. I'm just going to come in with my glue. You guys know I don't use a glue gun. I just use my little stick with glue, and we cover that dude up right there. Okay? Thanks, Daddy. Thank you so much. Yes, if you guys need a link for design school, just put that in the comments as well, or the supply list. We can help you out either way. All right, now, you can add more or less. You can go to town. I'm going to probably add a little bit more that aren't complete loops that just spike out. And then we're going to add a little more of the birch with the blueberries, because I'm trying to pull out the blue in the bow. Okay, so let me grab a few pieces. You guys are loving it? I'm so glad. Thanks for sharing the love, guys. I appreciate it so much. I just want you guys to know how much I enjoy sitting here and teaching with you and just hanging out. And that if any of you are struggling with something in your life, if you find a creative outlet, it really does help. It doesn't have to be floral design. It might be scrapbooking. It might be quilting. It might be doing coloring pages. But something creative to help you take your mind off your worries and your troubles for just a little while. It would just be so good for you. So I hope this will inspire you too. Because I totally forget about everything going on when I get out here making with you. It's just nice. I'm just cutting a couple of these where they're kind of half a loop. Oh, my little cutters. Gotta reset the ratchet. It's old. So it's getting a little bit wore out. I know, they're awesome, Troy. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate the stars. Evelyn asked, do you recommend putting hangers on the candy cane wreath door hangers? I think you're talking about the 3 with the candy canes. If you can, let me show you something real quick, Evelyn. We're going to stop for Evelyn's question real quick. Okay, Evelyn, this is a garland that we made in design school. It's not a garland, it's a swag, really. It's just a really super big one. And this pine came with its own hanger. But let me show you what we did that maybe you could use on your project. We made our own hanger. We made just a small little loop here. Can you see it? Okay. And we tied that on with cable ties just by looping it under and putting it tight. Because on those candy canes and things, they need a high hanger in case someone has a wreath hanger. They need a high hanger so it doesn't hang too low or too high. So try that on your project, and I think that will help. Even though this came with a hanger, it was going to be way down here, and that wouldn't work with a wreath hanger. So we added our own on that project. Okay, and that's in design school for, this tutorial is for the new students as well. You guys have access to it. It is in the new website, keleasdesignschool.com. Okay. All right. Let's see what someone's asking. Question. This is this Spanish moss is the one we sell in our shop, and this is the green color, the dark green. Okay. The one candy cane wrapped in ribbon and added a bow. Oh, okay, not the 3, Evelyn. Sure, I would try to add a hanger to everything if you can. It just makes it look more professional. You watch the Flow Master do her thing and forget all your worries. Nate the Great, are you on there? Nate, glad you're here. Substituting for Mama, huh? Christina, you don't see the 2 ribbons? Let me tell Honey Bunny. That's my fault. I got them right here. Honey Bunny, if you're listening, come get the ribbons. Christina, I'll have him add them to it. He may not be listening, but we'll get it after. Thank you for catching that. Okay, let's add these in. We're going to add a little bit more, but not the loops this time. Because we're not done. I like that this is adding a little bit of a rustic look to it also. Just going to have that one kind of partially come over. All right. And if you ever need to attach this out here, you can. The little brown wire, no one will ever see it. I'm just going to kind of lay it in there, grab it with another little vine. But, or those little bitty brown cable ties work good for that too. I'm going to use this one kind of coming down and over. I'm going to dip it in the glue a little. Oh, thanks, Honey Bunny. Rosario, he's going to put it on the supply list. Babe, I forgot the ribbons for the supply list. I'm so sorry. Christina, what are you drinking? You want to show everyone?
Buckle Buddy.
Honey Bunny's having a new beer. I don't know if anybody's tried it. What's it called? Buckle Bunny?
That's from Eureka Heights.
Oh, it's brewed in Houston.
Yes.
Hey,
Houston,
hashtag Target. Stacy, that was you when he told you to say it. That's all right, Stacy. He's listening, right? Is it good?
Their commercial was...
My commercial for Blue Bunny. What was the name of the company?
From Eureka Heights Brewery.
Eureka Heights Brewery. And how are you liking that one?
Number 5.
Okay, he's trying it. Y'all, Honey Bunny loves to try different beers. He totally does. Okay, I'm coming in from the bottom. And it kind of looped up a little. No problem. I'm just going to take this piece and loop it in. Alright, just tuck it in. I can glue it if I think I need it to stay a little bit more. Alright, that is in. Janet, we'll get you the list and the design school link. Yes, ma'am. Marty says they're pretty where you're located. Hey, Marty, we are in the Houston, Texas area. We are in Sugar Land. Right here in the Bloom Room, like we like to call it. We are souping up this wreath to levels unknown, which is not everybody's cup of tea, but you can take something that you're already been making and take it to the next level, right? And really show your design. Thanks, Cheryl. I'm glad you like it. Stacy. Hey, at least he wants to come and say hi to Mama, right? He wants to come check in on you. It's kind of like husbands. You know how they aren't around, then you get a phone call, and here they come out of nowhere, and they're like, "Oh, what's happening? Who are you talking to? How's your mom? What's going on?" God bless them. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just kind of expanding on our little circle we put behind. And look, that quick, we get all that fun dimension. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Hey, Melody. Oh, yes, Coach Fancy is. She's actually going to move back to Houston. She lives in the Austin area now. I think as far as I know, she's coming back here. So we'll be even closer. Rosario, this is a 14-inch grapevine that we started with. Okay? Marty, do we deliver the beer? No. Target.com. Actually, it was on our local Target. I don't know if they have it online or not. Thanks, Patricia. Pitt, the navy blue. Let me show. He took it in. It has silver. Not silver. It has gold. It's gold. Look here. Look there. I'm not sure what Richard's saying. So that's gold. It's a little bit of cream in it, but not really white. Oh my gosh. All right, now we're going to put some of this birch in. And we're going to have the birch try to kind of climb up and crawl a little bit over that vine that's in there. We'll get it in there. Thank you, babe. Honey Bunny, guys, has updated that ribbon on the supply list. He pinned it at the bottom, so if you can't click on it now after the video, you should be able to click on it. I see you!
Got it, incoming.
What are you throwing? The ribbon back? Thank you, babe. All right. as he throws it at me. Here it is, close up. Wilhelmine, there it is. Was it Wilhelmine or Pitt who needed that? I get you guys confused. It's Pitt. Okay, there you go. All right. Pitt, have you been making all the pink stuff lately? Right? It's so pretty for Christmas. Can't wait to see it all. Arvina, yes, pulling apart the vine. Kind of like in your tutorial in design school that you should have, that's with the pumpkins. Doing that same thing. Thanks, Amy. Sheena needs information on the design school. Okay, Sheena, we'll get you a link. All right, let's cut this apart into some longer links. This time, yesterday we cut it into thirds. Today we're going to keep it separated into two because I need the length, okay? Pitt, that was you. It's beautiful. I hope I commented on it. I think I did. Really pretty. The whole collection is really gorgeous. I'm going to trim these off. Patricia is talking about her loss, and wreath making saved her life. When I'm playing with my ribbons and flowers, I go to a happy place, and you even sell a food. I love it, Patricia. That's exactly what we're talking about. I mean, I can't imagine your grief. That is overwhelming to have that kind of grief and loss. And I'm so glad you found something to find your peace. That's awesome. Thanks, Debbie. Oh, you're going to do navy blue, Pitt? I was at home. I don't know if you guys have at home in your area, but I was there today trying to look for a little brighter pink. And they had a lot of that pink you were using, Pitt, which is very elegant. Kind of like my shirt tonight. Very elegant. But I needed a little bit in between that and hot pink. And they didn't really have anything, so I'm still on the hunt. I need some big balls for some kind of little project I got going. Kay left to order ribbon, leaves, and picks before they sold out. Kay, you're probably pretty smart to do that. Get them before they're all gone. Okay, yeah, because we sold out of those magnolia leaves early last year. So I was excited to get them back in. All right, let's go in to the grapevine the same way. Kind of, whoops, I caught that on my, kind of where we have the vine coming. I want to come a little bit between that. All right, coming down between it. Place that in. Oh, yes. That looks great because it's a little bit snowy. And now I'm going to take and try to just wrap this around a little if I can. Like it grabbed on. It's growing out here too. And it's grabbing on. And I'm going to put the little pine cones up. Maybe have some curled. I just curled them on my fingers when I was talking to you guys. Or we can have some going straight. Okay. Thanks for sharing the love. You got the navy blue ice skates from there. Okay, Pitt, they're really pretty. Really pretty. Oh, Carol, thank you. I'm glad you're here. That's awesome. Okay, same thing with this one. Look, I just spread it out really long. Really long. Y'all, my stomach is so growling. It says it's hungry. Okay, let's see. Catherine, you decorated your porch for fall today. I love it. And your shop, Catherine, y'all, Catherine's in design school, so I get to see her shop. She's got a spot in the shop, and so she shares it. It looks really cool. It's somewhere in Texas. I don't think it's real close, so down to me. Is it, Catherine? Melanie, how many of each stem do you need? We used 4 of the icy leaves yesterday. We used 2 magnolias. And I think we're going to end up using 3 of the blue. Okay? Thanks, Pecky. I'm glad you like it. You can really see the glitter on the navy. Cool. Cool. Oh, and I wanted to show you this one. I like this. It's really cool. I hadn't seen this on a ribbon before. Look at they put a little speckle on there. Isn't that pretty? I think that turned out. Together, those work really well together. Now, if you check on the supply list for these, we also have this in a green that's more like a... it has less blue and more green, and it's really pretty. We've kind of screwed up a couple of orders and sent the wrong one. So I've got them completely separated now because one is more green than blue. But if you go through the supply list, you'll be getting the right one. They're both gorgeous. Okay, now we need to do the same thing kind of coming up from the bottom. So we have a transition point at the bow, and we're now going to work our way up. So I'm going to kind of get this little body in motion, moving it up. Shake hands, as I would say in design school. We're going to move it up. Okay, Catherine, 30 minutes south of San Antonio. So you're closer, a little closer to me? Cool. So you'd say maybe 2.5 hours? Could I be there? I'm in Sugar Land. Cool. Catherine, maybe the next time I'm going that way. It looks like a fun shop, because I like antiques too, and all kind of fun finds, you know. My girlfriend Betty, her family's all in San Antonio, so I will ask her next time if we are able to go up there together. Maybe we can stop by. All right, I'm going to put this in and kind of have this come up this way. I'll have it grab a couple of these and flow up. I'm trying to get a little more of those blueberries in. We're going to use one more for sure. This is so fun. So fun, so fun. Okay, let's give it a trim. Okay. I'm going to fluff it up again, and we'll still cut it into the 2 longer stems. I think that worked really, really well. Let's pull it out, pull it out. Catherine, it'd be a dream come true. Awesome. I would love to go up there and check it out. I can't wait for us to be able to just easily go places and not have all this drama and decide if it's worth the risk, right? All right, I'm cutting that into 2 pieces. We're going to keep them really, really long, like that. And let's have one come from the bottom up, now popping up. And realize we started this whole project yesterday, only using 2 heads and 4 leaves and 2 ribbons, okay? And it looked actually very pretty and simple like that. So if you go back and watch yesterday's video, you'll see that process as it grows. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with this project. Step 1 is great. When we added the white twigs, it was great too. Then we added the bow, and we were like, yeah, that looks excellent. So as we kept growing, it still looked really pretty, very sellable, very donable at several different levels. So I don't want you to be intimidated by the final design, as in, oh gosh, Klee, is that going to be too much for me to learn? It's not, because you don't have to go that far until you're ready. The classes will take you that far if you want to, but you don't, okay? Yeah, tomorrow we have Simple Saturday, guys. And so on Simple Saturdays, they come out every Saturday at noon. And they're really easy projects that are simple and we can get done in less than 30 minutes. They're quick and easy. Okay, I'm going to come down the bottom. I've got this one kind of tilted up just a little. I'm going to go right underneath here. Let's find a good spot to go in. I got some other stuff going there. I'm going to go right next to the leaves. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah, I like that down there, kind of popping between the bow. All right, and I have one more piece. I think we're going to use it on the outside. Okay, right around here and up and over. So let me get it fluffed out a little. I'll leave it lanky, and we can just curl it when we get it up there. Tamala's intimidated by grapevines, period. Come on, Tamala. You can do it. We know you can do it. You have all that talent. You just got to get in there and give it a go, right? You got to get in there and give it a go. Come on, Adolfo, let's do it. Get out there and make it, buddy. All right, right up here, I'm going to come up and over. Kind of working on that circle on the outside. All right, I need a little moss in there to kind of cover up my glue. I can see a little glue. Barbara, you know what it is? Blue is really hot this year in every season. So anybody who's creating to sell is carrying some blue products. So this isn't like a really blue berry per se. It's just a cluster of berries. They have snow on them. So probably not the proper season, but the color is what is so hot. and everybody is wanting it, so you've got to have a little to try to meet the customer's demand, right? Just do it. Oh, hey Kay, good to see you. Yeah, Sheila, the magnolias are foam. Yes. They're not latex, they're foam. So they're like the foam flowers. The foam flowers were super popular. They're really easy to work with and light. Okay, you ready to see it up close? So you can see all the dimension we put in there. Oh my gosh, that looks killer. So killer. I love it. I love it. Y'all, I hope you go back and check yesterday's video so you can see the entire process as we bring it together, okay? And the reason I've been doing it step by step over 2 days for you is to see the process. And I'm going to continue to do this over the next week so you can see what's happening in design school and the whole process of learning, okay? Faith says, hello. Hi, Faith. Stacy was so intimidated by grapevines, but Keleas is a phenomenal teacher, and now they're easy. They really are. They really are easy. And guys, I know a lot of you enjoy making mesh wreaths, and there's nothing wrong with mesh wreaths too, but the thought of me cutting a bunch of mesh and ribbon tails stresses me right out. I love being able to free design and have a lot of movement and not really have this recipe. Even though I teach you a recipe, there's no right or wrong moves you can do. You can substitute so many different things to try it. Yeah, the foam flowers are fine in the rain. They're good. This whole project will be fine out in the weather. It's fine. I mean, yes, things will fade, things will get a little beat up in the rain, but this is not something that's that fragile in this particular products we used, okay? So remember, if you need a link to Design School, you just need to put a comment. Tell us you need a link. If you need a link for the supply list, put that in the comments too, and we'll get it to you. All right? Watch for our video coming out tomorrow at noon with a really, really simple project, okay? And I put my text number up there in the comments. I mean, in the description. You can text me at 832-734-5201 and just text the word coupon. We'll send you a coupon. You can also text live alerts, and we'll send you live alerts as well. Okay, so a lot of people got their alert that we were going live before we even got on here, okay? All right. Sheena, how do you see yesterday's tutorial? Just follow us right here on the Keleas page. If you'll go click up on my name right by my head in the sunflower picture, you can come to our page. You can like and follow our page, and then just go to videos, and they're all in the videos right there, okay? Thanks for the stars, guys. Thanks, Terry. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. And if you're in design school, I'm about to go live in there. Come join us so I can say hello and welcome everybody. Okay.